Meet Ravi, the baby lion-tailed macaque. For this youngster, growing up wild is one giant adventure. At this age, he stays close to Mum, but he must learn the laws of the land in his ever-changing home. Ravi's family usually live life in the treetops, but with less and less forest, Ravi's biggest test will be adapting to a world in transition. Across the world, baby animals are taking their first steps and tackling their first challenges. They are the next hope for their kind. They are the new kids in the wild. The Western Ghats. This vast mountain range covers 160,000 square kilometers. They start near Mumbai and run along India's western edge to its southernmost tip. Nestled within them is the town of Valparai. These ancient slopes are some of the most biologically diverse places on Earth. The tropical rainforest is a refuge for over 300 threatened species. Including some of the world's most endangered primates. Lion-tailed macaques. There are fewer than 4,000 left in the whole of India. This super troop of 40 is twice the size of any other group in the area. And this family is still growing. Meet little Ravi. At just a few weeks old, he stays close to Mindy, his mum. Now and then, he takes a few steps away to explore his forest home just the tiniest bit. His adventures are brief. He only feels safe next to her. And next to another special little monkey. This is his twin sister, Nina. Twins in lion-tailed macaques are extremely rare. They'll stick close to Mindy for 12 months, feeding on her milk. But Mindy's not the only mum on the block. This group has lots of tiny new members. That's a sign the troop is secure, with strong leaders. AJ is the largest and oldest male. He was once the boss. But 8 months ago, he was ousted. By a younger, stronger male, Zane. He's the alpha now. AJ may have lost his spot at the top, but he still supports Zane, defending the troop from danger. As head honcho, Zane is father to the troop's newborns, including Ravi and his sister. To maintain the top position, he must keep the whole troop fed. And that's not easy with a shrinking habitat. Lion-tailed macaques usually feed in the treetops. But it's summer, and at this time of year, there's more food on the ground. Zane leads them down to find their next meal. AJ has scouted ahead to stand guard, while Zane keeps the younger ones in check. Zane needs everyone to be alert as they reach the border of their forest home. Between their forested patch and the next stretches a vast expanse of tea plantation. Trees are being pulled down, making way for roads, houses, and crops. Lion-tailed macaques have lost 99% of their original range, making hunting for food increasingly difficult. The older macaques are used to this challenge. And for Ravi and his sister, it's a chance to explore an exciting new area where the forest ends. The curious siblings watch and learn from their older cousins, who are already foraging for themselves. One adult has hit the jackpot. A protein-rich insect. A macaque delicacy. Ravi tests out what the forest floor has to offer. But he soon heads back to Mindy for some milk. Having twins means Ravi's mum has to work extra hard to find enough food to produce milk for two. The troop has picked this area clean. Zane decides it's now time for a well-earned break. Ravi and Nina are getting used to the daily routines of their extended family. A large part of the day is spent grooming, picking out lice, ticks, and twigs. But it's not just for cleanliness. It strengthens bonds between the troop and maintains family harmony. the twins watch and learn. It's their father Zane that gets the most attention. Higher-ranking members are groomed a lot more than lower-ranking individuals. The mothers try to get in on the action too. That's if their babies let them. Mindy has her hands full. Ravi is becoming a little braver with each day. Nina is more cautious, staying close to Mum. Ravi soon spots his cousins playing. But he doesn't want to wander too far. Instead, he tries to hone his climbing skills. It's a great adventure for Ravi. But he's not gone far. Ravi and Nina spend 70% of their day drinking milk. But dinner time is cut short. An alarm call alerts the whole troop. Zane has spotted something. A spectacled cobra. At less than half a meter in length, this one's only a baby. Still, one strike could be fatal. And inquisitive infants are most vulnerable of all. The troop works together. Mindy keeps Ravi and Nina at a safe distance, whilst the other adults try to intimidate the reptile. The cobra's in its defensive posture, ready to strike. But the troop's intimidation works. The snake retreats under a fallen log. With the threat over, everyone can relax. Ravi's learnt the distinct alarm call that might save him in the future. He looks on at his father, Zane. One day, he could be like him, a strong leader, able to protect his family. With the danger past, Zane leads the troop back up to the treetops. In the canopy, there's another surprise waiting for Ravi. But there's no alarm call this time. These are bonnet macaques. Friendly neighbours who live on the outskirts of town, happy to eat what humans eat. The lion-tailed macaques realise these distant relations mean them no harm, and welcome their urban cousins, even allowing some friendly grooming. In contrast to Ravi's troop, the bonnet macaque's adaptability means their population is far bigger and more widespread. Ravi and Nina can see that not all of the forest residents are a threat. Some can be friends too. Life in the Western Ghats is dictated by the monsoon rains, which sweep in from the southwest. The Ghats influence the area's weather patterns by intercepting the rain-laden monsoon winds. It is this hot, wet climate that makes this part of India one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. But this year, there's a problem. It's June, and the monsoon rains should have arrived by now. Many of the fruits won't grow until the ground is replenished with water. It's hard for Mindy to produce milk when there's not much food. As Ravi and his sister grow, they sap more and more of Mindy's energy. Ravi can't stay close to Mum forever. Unlike his sister, he'll eventually leave the troop and roam the forest with other males, before hopefully commanding a family of his own. Nina will stay with her mum. Ravi can learn a lot following Mindy as she searches for food. A few dry husks are all she can find today. Whilst his mother is busy, Ravi sets off on another adventure. His climbing efforts soon gain an audience. This young aunt has yet to have a baby of her own and is desperate to get some maternal experience. she lacks a mother's touch. A grabby aunt isn't helpful when learning to climb. Ever watchful, Mindy steps in. Socializing is important for Ravi, but he is still just over a month old and needs his mum to keep him safe. With so much of their natural habitat destroyed, pickings are sparse. It's down to Zane to find more food. He decides to move the troop on to more bountiful lands. But it will be a perilous journey, especially with youngsters in tow. A river is the first obstacle. Macaques don't mind water, but faced with a choice, keeping dry wins every time. AJ makes sure everyone is accounted for and helps some of the youngsters. Despite carrying 2 babies, Mindy's as agile as ever. She can jump as far as anyone. And few can jump quite like a lion-tailed macaque. After a full day travelling, the troop takes a well-earned rest. It's still several kilometres before they reach Zane's goal. They settle down for the night. Daybreak. A gentle rain is an encouraging sign. These pre-monsoon showers are nowhere near the deluge they're waiting for, but they're welcome nonetheless. They've reached another tea plantation. This was once part of their forest home. But now, some larger neighbours have taken up residence. These wild cattle are called gar. Standing over 2 meters tall and weighing over 900 kilograms, their sheer size makes them an intimidating sight. And they have an appetite to match. But they don't like tea. Instead, they graze the furrows in between the crops, keeping them free of weeds. Mindy keeps Ravi and Nina close to her side. It's the first time they've seen such giant beasts. And they can see how the troop gives them a wide berth. Zane guides the troop away from the plantation. AJ once again hangs back, making sure everybody's through. The troop stumbles upon some rural buildings. Curious by nature, they explore. This could be the perfect opportunity for their next meal. The trees may have been cleared, but washing lines, power cables, and drain pipes work just as well for infiltrating the premises. The hope of something to eat draws Mindy closer. But a higher-ranking female isn't letting anyone in before her. Hierarchies are strong amongst both males and females in lion-tailed macaques. Mindy's lower down the social ladder, so she will have to wait her turn. For those at the top, Zane's tenacity pays off. A bag of candy. Hardly nutritious, but monkeys have a sweet tooth, just as humans do. Zane's picked up something else. A mirror, and he's mesmerized. It's not actually known if lion-tailed macaques can recognize their own reflection. He likes what he sees. Mindy has managed to find some scraps to eat, but it's not enough. Zane knows that to stay in power, he needs to keep the troop fed. So he moves them on. But just meters away from the buildings, there's another obstacle to overcome. For Ravi and Nina, it's their first time on a road. The little macaques have no idea of the peril they face. One female hanging back is testament to this. She was hit by a vehicle just a month ago. She's still on the mend, but is one of the lucky ones. Many do not make it. It's unpredictable and dangerous. But the hungry troop has no choice. They must cross. Mindy takes her chance. Timing is everything. A few close shaves, but they've made it. Ravi and Nina have learnt that it's not just predators they must be wary of, but busy roads too. Ravi's generation are learning to adapt to a life alongside an ever-increasing human population. Across, they now face a concrete jungle. Lion-tailed macaques share these hills with some 50 million humans. That's one macaque to every 14,000 people. For the twins, it's a whole new world. As the troop passes through, they search for a bonus meal. Rice is a carb-rich treat. Zane has found an open window, and there's no one home. It's too risky for Mindy with her twins, so she hangs back. There's no rich pickings to be had inside, and some of them have been spotted. So they quickly regroup. The opportunistic macaques are unwelcome here. They pick their passage carefully to stay out of reach of the more hostile locals. They've had their hit of fast food, but this was just a detour. Zane knows where he's taking the troop. Another crossing. But despite their frosty welcome in town, here people are more affable towards the roaming macaques. These sign-wielding volunteers make the troop's passage much safer. The long journey has finally paid off. On the other side of the road is their destination. An early fruiting tree. A lifeline while the troop waits for the monsoon to properly commence. Zane's led them to a part of the forest where the soil is rich, deep, and porous. Perfect for this old jackfruit tree to flourish. With the trees living for nearly 100 years, Ravi has learnt an important location for food. He also gets his first taste of jackfruit. The large pods fall to the ground when overripe. But with the monsoon yet to arrive, this one gets a helping hand from a hungry Mindy. She uses her cheek pouches, which can store as much food as her stomach. Handy if you want to save some for later, or if, like her, you have hungry twins to feed. As the macaques eat, they disperse the seeds, which helps them to germinate. But for more fruit to flourish throughout the macaques' home, they need the monsoon to arrive. Fortunately, the recent showers were a good omen. These darkened skies hail the change the troop has been waiting for. The gentle showers become a deluge and last for days. Rivers and streams flow freely through the forests once again, bringing new shoots of life to the undergrowth, including the troop's precious jackfruit. The rain is a welcome relief. And with the promise of more fruits to come, the troop must now play the waiting game. Several weeks pass, and the monsoon has drenched the Western Ghats. All the water has ripened jackfruit right across the troop's home range. Plump and sweet from the nourishing conditions, they also provide a feast for swarms of fruit flies. And this overripe fallen pod is welcomed by an Indian muntjac, With so much food to go round, little Ravi has grown stronger since the monsoon arrived. His confidence in his climbing is growing, while Nina still prefers to stay close to Mum. Zane's proving himself a worthy leader by guiding his huge family through some difficult challenges. But here in India's Western Ghats, life has evolved even stranger ways of ensuring the next generation succeeds. The monsoon sets the stage for one of the region's most exotic shows. These male dancing frogs are ready and waiting to perform. Curious Ravi heads over for a front row seat. With a chorus of croaks to alert female onlookers, their extravagant dance begins. They start by stretching one hind leg at a time, spreading their toes to reveal a dark webbing. The more expressive the dance, the more chance they'll get noticed. If that isn't enough, a hefty kick will deter rivals. Competition is fierce, with 100 male dancing frogs to every one female. They continue in the hope that a passing female will notice them and secure the next generation of dancing frogs. For Ravi, he's got a few years to wait before he needs to worry about impressing a mate. His troop now has plenty of food, so can spend more time socializing. The twins take the opportunity to practice their climbing once again. Ravi's growing more confident. He's ready to graduate to proper tree climbing. These brave steps open new doors, a chance to play with his older cousins. A glut of fruit has helped him build the strength to join the game. But the youngsters don't know that their rough and tumble has disturbed one of the world's deadliest creatures. cobra. This time, it's a king cobra, and fully grown. These fearsome giants can reach nearly 6 meters in length, far bigger than any other venomous snake in the world, and capable of extreme aggression if it feels threatened. Ravi's boisterous play could result in deadly consequences if they get too close to the giant serpent. Ravi spots the danger. He's seen a snake before and knows what to do. It's his alarm call that brings an abrupt end to play. But the king cobra doesn't leave. He makes his way towards Ravi, who's alone in the tree. The adults below call out another alarm, but it's not for the snake. There's a second threat from above. A crested serpent eagle. These eagles have been known to carry off prey as big as a baby macaque. Sometimes salvation comes from the most unlikely place. Ravi survived a serious threat. But most importantly, he's helped protect the troop from imminent danger. He's come a long way in his first few months. From a small and vulnerable baby to a clever, adventurous member of the troop. He's had to come out of his shell and his mother's comforting embrace. He's got a lot ahead of him. As a male, he's destined to leave the troop and carve out his own future. Deadly predators and an ever-changing world will be constant challenges. But with a mother like Mindy raising him, a protector like AJ standing guard, and a father like Zane to learn from, Ravi stands a great chance of one day becoming the alpha male of his very own troop.